lecture we have discussed, like for metal ceramic restoration, first of all there is a layer of metal, and over that metal layer we will apply the porcelain. Okay, so there are three layers of porcelain which we will apply over the layer of metal. That is, number one, opaque porcelain; number two, body porcelain; number three, enamel porcelain. Okay, so now, what are the steps of metal ceramic restoration fabrication? So the steps are like to minimize the degree of framework display and prepare the surface for porcelain bonding. So the first step, the patient, when patient comes to our clinic, so we will perform the tooth preparation in the patient's mouth. Then we will take the impression and then we send the impression in the dental laboratory. In the dental laboratory, the person pour the impression and make a cast. Okay, stone cast. Over that stone cast, he will perform the wax pattern of the crown. From that wax pattern, he will invest the wax pattern and convert it into the metal. Okay, so when metal coping is formed, so the next step is to apply the porcelain. So before applying the porcelain over the metal coping, first of all we prepare the surface of the metal. Okay, so how to prepare the surface of the metal? We will prepare the surface of metal with the different kinds of like stones. As you see in the picture, we will prepare the metal surface with the different shapes of stones, carborundum disc. Okay, so we will finish the surface. So we will make it smooth so that there should be a no sharp line angle and no sharp point angle. Okay, understand? So I'm repeating it again that metal ceramic restoration, the first layer is of metal. Okay, over that metal we will apply the layer of porcelains. There are three layers of porcelain: opaque porcelain, body porcelain, and the enamel porcelain. So the first step, when you perform the tooth preparation in the patient's mouth, then you will take the final impression and then you send this impression in the dental laboratory. In the dental laboratory, person pour this that impression with the dental stone material and make a cast. Over that cast, he will perform the wax pattern of the metal coping and then convert that metal wax pattern into the metal coping. So when the metal coping is formed, okay, then the next step is to prepare the metal surface. So how you will prepare? You will prepare the metal surface with the different types of stones, different shapes of stone. Like prepare the surface with the aluminum oxide stones or aluminum oxide air particle abrasion. So in this picture, you see the metal copings are prepared. Okay, 3 unit metal copings you are seeing in the picture. It is prepared with the stones, aluminium particles to, and we make these smooth. So in this picture, you see the different shapes and different kinds of the stones and carborundum disc. Okay, so these stones and carborundum discs are used to finish the metal surface. Okay, so there is some content is missing in these ppt slides because there is this error in the system. Okay, so I have upload all the ppts in the blackboard. Okay, you see this ppt. If you have any doubt, you can clear on the Wednesday session. Okay, so there is a problem in the system. That's why these ppts not show completely. Okay, but the content I am explaining you all the content which it have it. Okay, but it's not shown in, but when you see the ppt in the blackboard, all there is all in written form. Okay, so I'm trying to explain you all things. Okay, so you see in the picture there are different kinds of stone, different shapes of stones which we will use to prepare the metal surface. Okay, so now in this picture you see the first layer is of metal. Okay, you will see this is the first layer of the metal. So what is the thickness of the metal? It should be, it is very important point, it should be zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.5 millimeter. Okay. So what is the thickness of the metal? This is all the metal, all metal. Okay. So the thickness of metal should be 0.3 to 0.5 millimeter for the veneering surfaces. Veneering surfaces means the surface on which we apply the porcelains. Okay. So that is called veneering surface. So the thickness of metal over veneering surface is 0.3 to 0.5 millimeter. And unveneered surface, this is the unveneered surface. Unveneered surface means the surface of the metal on which we did not apply the porcelain. So it should be of 1 millimeter of thickness. So now in this picture again you see the different shapes of the stones which are used to prepare the metal surface. Okay. So in this picture you see how to prepare the surface with these different shapes, different kinds of the stones, carborundum disc. So the objective is to finish the metal surface like a satin surface and smooth. There should be a no sharp line angle or point angle. So again, in this picture, you see the metal copings are prepared with the stones. When they prepared with the stones, then we will apply the air abrasion. In the second picture, in this picture, second picture, you see this, this is the airborne particle abrasion with the aluminum oxide particles. Okay, so we make the surface little bit micro roughened. Okay, so that the porcelain will bond well over the surface of the metal. So now again in this picture you see this prepared surface of the metal. Okay, after the air abrasion particles with the aluminum oxide. So now comes the process which is called oxidation process. So basically what is the oxidation process? Oxidation process is the layer of the oxidation which we will develop over the surface of the metal coping, over the surface of the metal coping. So how we will develop the oxide layer? We will put this metal coping in the furnace. In the furnace there is heat is produced. So due to that heat, the particles which is present in the alloy like gallium, indium, which are present in the noble alloys, come over the surface of the metal. Okay, so oxide layer is formed. So when we are using the base metal, the chromium present in the base metal comes into the surface of the metal and provide the oxide layer. And this oxide layer is responsible for the bonding between the metal and the ceramic material, porcelain material. Okay, so again I'm repeating that there some content is missing because there is error in the system. But the PPT which we have uploaded on the Blackboard having all contents. Okay, if you have any doubt, clear with me in the Wednesday session. Okay, understand? Okay, 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 thank you. Okay, so we will continue. Like, what is oxidation process? Oxidation process is that on the metal surface we will develop a oxide layer. How we will develop the oxide layer? We will put this metal coping in the furnace. Okay, so in the furnace heat is produced. Due to that heat, okay, so oxide layer is formed. So when we are using the noble metals, the like the element which are present in the noble metals like indium, gallium comes into the surface of the metal and produce the oxide layer. And if when we are using the base metal like cobalt chromium is the base metal. Okay, nickel chromium is the base metal. So when we are using the base metal, the chromium present in these metal come towards the surface of the metal and form the oxide layer. And this oxide layer is responsible for the bonding between the metal and the porcelain material. This is very important point. And this mechanism is called chemical bonding. This mechanism is called chemical bonding. So all these things which have written in these slides, I have explained you how to develop the oxide layer. So when oxide layer is formed over the metal surface, then the next step we will apply the porcelain over the metal surface. So for porcelain application, we are using special brushes, special porcelain application brushes. So porcelain is available. Porcelain is a ceramic material. It is available in a powder form. So we take a little bit amount of the powder, porcelain powder, and mixed in the distilled water. So to make a paste like material. So when paste like material is formed, we will apply this material over the metal coping, which is prepared, and oxide layer is developed on that metal coping. So we will apply the first layer of porcelain, which is the opaque porcelain. Okay. So porcelain is available in the form of the powder. Okay, so we mix the powder in the distilled water and paste is formed. So we take this paste with the help of the porcelain application brushes, and we will apply over the surface of the metal coping, opaque porcelain. So we apply the first layer, we dry it. Okay, and then we will send this. See in this picture, on the metal coping we will apply the first layer. After first layer application of the porcelain, you see this is the first layer of porcelain. All this is the first layer of porcelain. Okay, so porcelain is available in the powder form. We will mix this powder into the distilled water to make a paste, and with the help of the porcelain application brushes, we will apply the first layer over the metal coping. Then we sent this uh, metal coping with the applied first layer of opaque porcelain in the furnace. In furnace, there is heat is produced, and the process is called firing. Okay, so remember one thing: the metal which we are using having high melting range, like we are using the metal having melting range between 1200 to 1500 centigrade. Okay, so the porcelain which we are using having melting range between 800 to 900. So there should be a difference of the temperature. So metal melting temperature should be of high. Okay, and the porcelain melting temperature should be less than the metal melting temperature. So there should be a difference. So after application of the opaque porcelain, we will send it into the furnace. The heat is produced and the process is called firing. So then it becomes set. So you see another picture, like you see in the first picture, this picture, like porcelain is applied with the help of the porcelain application brushes. In the second picture again, opaque layer is applied with the help of the porcelain application brushes. And this picture also you see, okay, the opaque layer is applied with the help of the porcelain application brushes. So basically this porcelain material is available in the form of powder. So there are three layers of porcelain: opaque porcelain, dentine porcelain or body porcelain, and third is enamel porcelain. So the first layer we will apply is called opaque porcelain. So the objective of applying the opaque porcelain is to mask the dark color of the metal, silver color of the metal. You see in this picture, after application of the opaque porcelain, now silver color is not shown. Okay, as in this picture, I will repeat this picture. You see now it becomes white. Previously, the coping is in the silver color. You see, I will show you. You see the silver color. Okay, after when we'll apply the opaque porcelain hide the silver color of the metal. Now it becomes like this. Okay, understand? So this is the objective of opaque layer. So again, this is a picture. In first picture, these are the porcelain application brushes. So in this picture, we will mix the opaque porcelain with the distilled water, make it paste, and we will apply with the porcelain application brushes. Okay, there should be uniform application of this material. all over the surfaces. Okay, you see in the picture porcelain application. In this picture you see opaque porcelain is applied over the metal coping. Then we will place this metal coping and the porcelain opaque porcelain application over that metal coping in this Sager tray. This tray is called Sager tray. You see, this is a tray which is called Sager tray. So we put this Sager tray in the furnace and heat is produced, and the process is called firing. So again, another pictures of to apply the opaque porcelain with the help of the porcelain application brushes. So when the patient is demanding high aesthetic, then we will apply the the margin all around the margin with a porcelain material, only porcelain material. So it will not supported by the metal. That is it is called all porcelain margin. Okay. Otherwise, the porcelain material is supported by the metal, so it becomes strong. But in condition when patient is highly aesthetic demanding, then we will give the all porcelain margin. You see there is a gap in the margin, so in this area we will apply the porcelain, only porcelain. It's not supported by the metal. This is called or all porcelain margin. So for that purpose we are using special porcelain which is called shoulder porcelain. So basically the shoulder porcelain is a very strong material as compared to normal porcelain material. So the first step is to apply the cyanoacrylate cement is applied to seal the die. So you see in this picture, so we will apply the cyanoacrylate material. This is a cyanoacrylate material. It seals the die because die is a porous material. So if we will not seal the die before this application of shoulder application, okay, it will stick onto the die. So the first step is to seal the die with the cyanoacrylate cement. Then dry the area. So with this air tube, we will dry the shoulder area, and then we mix the shoulder porcelain. It is also available in the powder form. It is mixed with the distilled water to make it like a paste. And then you see in this picture, the porcelain is applied in the form of the paste with the help of the porcelain application brushes. So in the second picture, you see in all margin area, shoulder porcelain is applied. Okay, then we will dry it, and then again we send this into the furnace for setting. In furnace, heat is produced and the process is called firing. So again, these are the step-by-step pictures for how to make a shoulder porcelain margin. So first of all, clean the die, seal the die with the cyanoacrylate material, and then mix the shoulder porcelain. You see in this picture, mix the shoulder porcelain, apply with the help of the porcelain application brush in the area of the margin. Okay. So, and when it is adapted, then we will put in the Sager tray and send it into the furnace for setting. Okay. So you see in the last picture, the shoulder porcelain is applied and it becomes set. Okay. After firing process. So when the first layer has done opaque porcelain, when we will apply, we will finish with the first layer of porcelain, which is the opaque porcelain. When we will finish with the margin porcelain, which is the shoulder porcelain, then the next step is to apply the dentine and enamel buildup. Okay, first of all, we apply the dentine or body porcelain. So basically, the dentine porcelain makes the bulk of the restoration. Okay, makes the bulk of the restoration. So again, this dentine or body porcelain is available in the form of the powder. So we mix the powder with the distilled water in first picture. You see, the powder is mixed in the distilled water to make it a paste like consistency. And then we pick this paste consistency with the help of the porcelain application brushes, and then we will start developing the contours of the tooth or anatomy of the tooth. So it makes the bulk of the restoration. That is why it is called bulk of the restoration. In the second picture, you see start reducing. Now see in this picture, it's formed like a tooth structure in this picture also. Okay. So when buildup is complete, first of all, little bit dry it and then sent it into the furnace. So after every application, we sent it into the furnace so that heat is produced. The process is called firing, so that it becomes set, it becomes hard. Okay. Now see, when dentine or body porcelain complete, then the last layer of porcelain, which is called enamel porcelain. Okay. So enamel porcelain gives the translucency. Okay. So this is a very important point. First layer is opaque porcelain. Okay. So what is the objective of opaque porcelain? Opaque porcelain hides the dark color of the metal. Okay. It hides the dark color of the metal. The second layer is dentine porcelain. So dentine porcelain make the bulk of the restoration. It gives anatomy to the tooth structure. So the third layer is enamel porcelain. So objective of enamel porcelain, it gives translucency, just like a natural tooth. Okay. So again, the enamel porcelain is available in the form of the powder. We mix it with the distilled water, make it like a paste, apply it with the porcelain application brushes, and then after that we sent it into the furnace for the firing process. So again, this picture showing the application of the dentine and the enamel buildups. After every buildup, we sent it into the furnace for setting, which is called the firing process. So again, in these pictures, you see how to develop the contours with the help of the porcelain application brushes. Okay. So again, so when we build the tooth in the laboratory, we make it like a little bit higher, okay, from the incisal edges. You see, it came initially we made like higher, okay. Then when it's set, then we will adjust it with the help of the different burrs. Again, the picture showing, okay, for the enamel and the buildup. So you see now the porcelain application in the contact area, okay. So we will adjust this contact area in the laboratory. Okay, if the material is missing, then we will add more material and then again send it into the furnace for setting, which is called the firing process. Okay, again the picture showing the buildups. So this is the furnace. In the furnace, for heat is produced, so material becomes set. Okay, now see in the first picture, see now it's formed. Okay, so when the crown is formed, then we will finish it with the help of different burrs. Okay, again in the picture you see, now this in this picture you see it completely done. Okay, it is the all layers of the porcelain are done on the metal coping. So what are the layers? Opaque porcelain, dentine or body porcelain, enamel porcelain over the metal coping. Again, this is the finished, completed porcelain fused to metal crown. Okay. When the crowns are formed, then we will do the polishing. So how we will do the polishing? There are different methods. Like we will do the polishing. There's different method like natural glazing. Okay, natural glazing. There is a method like we will apply certain layers of the enamel porcelain, okay, and then there are polishing materials are available. So by these methods we will do the polishing. So after that, if we check in the patient's mouth, if there is any discrepancy between the shade, then we will do some staining with the color material to match the shade with the patient's natural tooth. So again, this is the shade matching, okay, by giving the different staining. Okay, we make a color, we make stains as the patient's tooth color, adjacent tooth. Now see the prepared finished metal ceramic crown on the lingual surface. There is all metal. Okay, you see there is all metal. So on the buccal or labial surface, it is covered with the porcelain material as well. Okay, so metal underneath metal, there are three layers of porcelain: opaque porcelain, dentine porcelain, and the enamel porcelain. Okay, so I'm repeating it again. There are some content missing in the slides due to the system error. Okay, I have tried to explain you all the content